Okay, we're continuing our Shiurim on Otzrot Chaim. We are in Shaar Akudim, pereck Aleph. That is in the old print, it's Daf Beis Amud Aleph. In the Matuk Midvash, it's Daf Lamed Vav. Daf Lamed Vav. Okay, so let's start. Pereck Aleph from the beginning. We are up to Shaar Akudim and the Inyan of Tamim HaTachtonim. We're going to explain. And the Arizal says as follows: V'achikar bo atamim atachtonim shemitachas ha'oisios shehem bechinas ha'orot hayotzim derech hapeh shel odam hakadmon o misham lechutz. So we're just starting here Shaar Akudim, and we're speaking about tamim atachtonim. Remember, there's three tamim elyonim, tamim emtsoim, and now we're finally up. Sorry. The opposite. We start Tamim Tachtonim, Emtsoim, and Enyos. So we're just starting off the process over here. And this, in the Kabbalah Sprach, it's called Ben de Ab de Sag. Now we know what that means again. So again, we're talking about the Or Sag, which is not the highest, it's the second to highest, with the Or Ab, by the head, by the top part of the head, from the Uznaim Lemala. And then you have Or Sag, we're talking the Pnimius of Ak. You're looking at me as if I've come from the Absag, the Ak. In the P of Ak, right, it's been formed, and you have inside of Ak, you have this all that's makes up his neshama. The chelik from his uznaim lemala, the kakafta, is the ab chelik. Of course, it goes all the way down, but that's the part which is megulim. Then melubash, on top of that, inside of Ak, is the all asag, until the tibul goes all the way down, covering over that chelik of the pnimius, which is the ab. And underneath that, from the tibur downwards, you have ma'uben, which we're not speaking about right now. So in that chelik of sag, you divide that sag into the ab the sag, the upper part, that means, of the sag, the sag, which is the lower part of the sag, and then the ma'uben of that sag. Okay? And as well, you can divide it a bit further, so even in the higher part of the sag, which is called the ab the sag, we're going to say we're talking about the ben of the ab. That means the lowest part of the ab of that highest part of sag. Okay, so this is called the ben, the ab, the sag. That's what it's referred to, and that is otherwise known in the sprach of Tanta, Tamim, Nikudos, Oisios, and Oisios. Tanta, Tamim, Nikudos, Tagim, and Oisios. This is the Tamim, which is one of the highest parts. Okay?
What's the Tamim? What?
This is, in Kabbalah, what we use is something called erech. Right?
Yeah.
So we're applying this sprach of Oirus, which is called Asmab, and we're lining it up with Tanta.
Yeah.
Okay? So you're right, the highest chelik of Tanta should refer to Ab, but we can change the erech as we want. The Arizal always refers to one to the other, parallel, but he changes the erech. So you can say that Tanta, the highest part of Tanta, which is Tam, refers to the sag. Right? You can do that. Are you with me?
No. How can you do that?
How can you do that? Because it's all be'erchim. This is one of the first Hakdama shows that we give. That in that's the difference between Nigla and Nista. Let's go back in basics. In Nigla, we can't do that. Everything is meduyik. Right? Because we're dealing with halacha, right? The Gemara and all this, everything is halacha based, and you can't either it's this or that. In Kabbalah, it's pumfaket. Everything is sort of lav davka, because we can't point our finger at what we're discussing exactly, right? Because we're talking about sod here. So the language we're using is be'erech, what we're speaking about. It's never meduyik. Right? Because things do change as well. They're not static in the Olam Elyon, so they do change. A marshal. You're looking at me very funny. Let me give a marshal to bring more down to earth here. If I call this person, I call him, he's a father. And somebody else calls, he's not a father, he's a grandfather. And somebody calls him, no, he's not a grandfather, he's not a father, he's a son. Who's right? They're all right. Right? It depends what you're talking about. He's a grandfather, klape his son, right? And he's a father, klape, the other generation, and so on and so forth. They're all the same person. So I can call one. I can call him in different erochim. right? He's be'erech this, he's called something else. Be'erech, so I can change the erech that I'm using to give you an idea of what I'm speaking about. Depends what I want to show you. I want to show you the grandfather aspect of this person, the son aspect of the person, or the father aspect of him. Again, these words are just to mold
Say that.
I
Understand that.
Okay.
Now I heard you from me. I didn't have how you changed from you were busy with ab sak sak ban all that.
Yeah.
And so you suddenly switched to tanta, and then you correspond together. I didn't have it. How did you? How did you change? You said we're going to discuss ban, the sag, the ab.
No,
True?
No.
Ban the ab, the sag. Sorry, ban the ab, the sag.
Ben the ab the sag.
Say that.
Yeah.
No. How did you connect it to tanta?
Again, I don't connect anything. I'm just reading the words here. We're talking about the Tami, the Tachtonim.
The tamim tachtonim of what? Of this ban, of this ab, of this sag? Which one?
No, the Tamim is sag, right? Was sag. That's all sag.
Oh, so what was ab? Ab wasn't tamim?
That's the highest part. That's the highest parts,
It's 9.
right?
Is that the reason?
That is the all ozen, right? From the ozen comes out this all of sag.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I can split that sag
Yeah.
into the ab that sag, which I'm speaking about, the highest part of the sag, and I'm talking about the lowest part of that.
That's right.
Okay, so let's make it easier, right? Let's put that sag away. We're talking about the highest part, which is ab. Let's say that's called tamim. Does that make it better for you?
Okay.
So we took tamim, and the lowest part is tamim tachton. That's ben the sag, ben the ab.
But there's only elyonim and tzoyim and tachtonim.
Yeah.
There's only 3.
In the yeah.
But it's meant to be 4 because you've got 4. You've got ab, sag, ma, and ban.
Right.
So why over here
Right.
you've got 3?
The highest
you've got 4.
madrega, and the highest madrega we're not going to speak about.
The ab.
Tamim, the tamim tachtonim is ben. Tamim and Saim will be ma de ab.
Yeah.
And the tamim elyon will be sag de ab.
Sag the ab.
Right? But the more than that, which is the enayim, which is the enayim shabbat,
The ab, the sag you won't talk
we're
about.
not going to speak about that.
And that doesn't have anything in tanta. Doesn't have any.
We can, as we said, we can. If you want, I can make up something for
Okay,
you know,
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's all the erech in, you know. Again, not to be caught up in this limit with the lashon so much.
Right.
More to show, more this lashon, this is the key phrase, more to show, the lashon that Arizal uses is more to show the relationship between one thing and another.
Right.
That's really the Nekuda. Okay, it's not the actual thing, but it's more the relationship, because that thing changes. Za will change into Abba, and Abba will change into Al-Champi. You call it a Zam, and they go, well, it depends where it's holding. It grows, like in a baby grow from this size into that. Well, you told me it's a baby. Well, it grew. And it changed his name. Well, that's not gefährlich. And in this world, we can't do that. Halacha is a halacha. I have to tell me either it's mutar or aser. In Kabbalah, we're describing a zach, and nothing grows, it changes. It's very important to understand that. Okay, so let's get nachma. Pereck Akudim. V'achikach bo'u tamim atachtonim שמתחת האויסיוס, והם בחינת האור יוצא דרך הפה של אדם קדמון משם ולחוץ. Okay? So it's neshama keilu, this or, which we're calling ben the avdesak, is coming out from the pereck. Remember we had always coming out from those 9, from the chotem, and now it's coming out from the pereck. והנה, כאן התחברו האורות היוצאים חיבור גמור, because we saw the first 2 or, the achaf, as we call oznaim, chotem and peh, which is called achaf. The oznaim dika'ol didn't touch. The one coming up from the right and left ear didn't touch. The ones coming up the right side of the chotem and the left side of the chotem also didn't touch. It came down parallel. Now this is finally the or which is coming in. So what's the big mile of it touching? Because it's going to be now going to make a keli, and that's the tafkid of the ganze shalshelis of devarim, to make a keli. Because all without a keli is useless. It's just complete potential, which is not going to actualize. You can't make any oilim with that. So nachma v'hine kam nitchabu oz yotzim chibur gomor ki harei hem yotzim der tzino rechal bevad v'atam כי כל מה שהאות מתרחקים ומתפשטים למטה, כך יש יכולת להשיגם לקבלם, ולכן אין חשש, אין חשש אם נתחברו עוד המקיפים עם הפנימיה. So practically over here, since it's going further and further down, it's losing its high madrigas, and therefore the tachtonim, which are the tafkid of all this, will be able to mimasik it. And therefore it's kedai to make, then is the right zman to make a keli over here. What does it mean? Because always from the right side comes the makifim dika all. Whether those naim chotim or peh, even the right side of the peh, always makifim dika all. And the left side is always the or penimi shabo. That's the two chalakim of the all. Chein heschicham liithavos bechiras kelim. Ela, what meaning what? These two alls, makifim all, bang into each other, and they take a form of kelim. Eleshem zachim betachlis azichuch כמו שנלבן, ולפיכך עדיין לא נסגר לי כאן רק בבחילס כלי אחד בלבד. אבל האורות היו נחלקים לעשרה. So we have to differentiate when these two ores coming out from the right side and the left side banging into each other and they're making a keli. But you have to understand that's only the keli shabo. But in every keli you need or. So the eser orot are there. The 10 spheres always have to be there. The only thing the chiddush over here is that usually 10 spheres are found in the 10 kelim, but here in Akudim, which means Okud, everything is gathered together. Akedet Yitzchak, everything is gathered together in one big kelim. Ve'elu ha'orot nikraim Akudim. Pirush ha'inin hu ki hinei ksiv, it says in the pasuk. In the Bereshis, ve'esei einai ve'ere b'chalam. It's talking about Yaakov Avinu when he was working by Lavan. V'hine atudim ha'olim alatzon. Akudim nikudim berudim. Right? So this is the famous pasuk. We all learned it. Now we're going to learn the sod of that pasuk. We're going to learn that sod of the pasuk. Meaning, over here, he's touching up. These are the words coming out from the olam of the peh. Right? Olama apeh. They're coming out first b'derech akudim, which means one big keli with 10 spheres inside, and then it's going to develop into the world of nikudim. Each sphere will have his own keli then, and then it's going to turn into the world of brudim, and then finally into the world of Atzilus. And then we start talking about Atzilus, which is more core to what we're talking about, to our world, Atzilus, B'rei, Yitzir, Siyah. Those are the worlds that we speak about most of it. But that's the process, Akudim, Nekudim, Brudim. So all these inyonim that we find in Chumash, is Poshet, Al Pi Kabbalah, what they were actually doing is forming the initial kelim of the oilam. וגם כסיב כי ראית את כל אשר לובן עושה לך. Now Lovan takes a big part of this as well, and because I see the Eibishter says to Yaakov, I saw everything that Lovan did or for you. You can touch up not dafka to you, for you. He was actually helping Yaakov forming these great spiritual worlds for you. ופסק זה רמוז כל בחינת אלו everything that we see in this psukim, exactly what we're describing in Tamim Elyon, Tachtam, and Tzayim, is worlds of Akudim, Nikudim, Brudim, that we're speaking about Kam. Ki Lovan hu sod haluban ha'elyon. Oh, this can push the mensch. Lovan was a highly good mensch, kommt from the Arizal, that he was luban ha'elyon. Asher hu kodem kol ha'atzilot hu. We're talking about the Shosh and Neshama of Lavan was not as we take it like a Rosh Gomo, but actually says that he was Mamesh, his Neshama was way, way up there in the worlds of Akudim, and even higher. V'hu haya also kol eilo bechinas. He was actually manipulating all these worlds. Shem Akudim Nikudim Berudim litzorech atzilus. He was actually, that's why I said not to him, he was doing it for him. Litzorech atzilus sheyatzlu acherim asher hu nikra b'shem Yaakov.
Are we talking about Lavan himself, or are we just talking? It's the positive Ramas. Besides the pshat, it's a Ramas, but nothing to do with Lavan and Yaakov.
How can it be? How can it be nothing to do with Lavan?
This is the way that Torah puts it in to bring Ramas to us.
I don't know what that means.
The Torah is malbish the side with the story of Lavan, but it wasn't mean that Lavan himself was. It means the Torah puts it down.
I don't think you can mechanic. If you talk about Lavan, there's only one Lavan. Might be what a different Lavan. No, this is the Lavan. This is the Lavan. Yeah, this is the Lavan. I want to share with you a lesson. Who asked this kasha? He asked this kasha, right? This kasha, the kasha you're all thinking of. I can hear it out loud already. How can a Lavan Gomo, a Rasha Gomo, a Lavan be bechlal mixed up in these inyonim of what we're speaking about here? That the heilige worlds of we're talking about Ak world of Ak is coming out. These krois. Olamas, Akudim, the Akudim, Brudim, and he's manipulated them. What's going on here?
We got this kasha in many places. We got Zan Melachim as well. Melachim of Esav. They seem to be very high.
Yeah, but he didn't say the Rashash. We didn't see any pu'ulas of Rishus there. Here we're seeing the Mamish is a Rosh Gomer. What are you trying to do? The Oka is a coil. He wanted the Mamish to be Oka, more than power. You're like, more than power. You know, it's Mamish. A particular theory here is a key. It says the Leshem here in Beru and the Oitz Zayin. Very interesting Leshem here. And he says the pasuk zeh Ramos kol b'chinas eila. And he says it's false. Right? Inyan ech shemerumaz b'shem Lavan asher hu Rosh Gomer. ואם כן, איך מרומז ונדרש בשמו עניין נורא גבוה ונעלה של דורוש בו לאריזל.
You see that he himself doesn't ask the kasha, how can it be that Lavan is Rosh? He asks, how can it be that the Torah was malbish, the grace in a name of Lavan which was Rasha?
There's only one Lavan here. There's no two Lavan. You know, they're not talking about a different. It's a Lavan of Rashi here. Well, what's going on here? So it's a long piece. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to read this Muskol. There's no steer in what we're talking about here. It's mamish kol akol mur. He says as well. Ki asod motzi yakar mezolel al yedei shezorek et haklipa v'apsolet v'bores eto v'male oisu b'kodesh hakodoshim. He explains this out. Zeu gam k'me'inyan hadalet chayas hamekover shem arye shor nesher odom v'hine hagam hu arye v'nesher hem etzleinu amini atmeim. How can it be in the Mekover? It's made of mini tmei. We won't touch it. B'chlal. Achakol to mosam lo nasa b'hem ela rak acher shenishtalshelu limata v'nei chazara b'hem. Lemala avada the kosher, avada the tom tachlis tahara if they're going to be in the Mekover. But these meaning when they pass through all these different worlds, they finally get down to this world. That's when the tomb is toifus on them. V'lakach ne'asu aleinu. אבל למעלה במוקם אחיזה זה נגיע סערה בהם הם תור וקודש ודאו כי מי אשר שורש מציוסו אשר למעלה בקודש הוא יוסר נעלה וגבוה הוא כאשר נשתלשל מציוסו דרך המוקם אשר איננו טהור הכנ"ל והוא הולך אחרי יצרו ונעשה לראש הרע הוא הנה מתגבר ברישוסו למאוד מאוד והם כל הרשעים הגדולים כמו לובן ועשה ופרו וכיוצא בזה. So what the lesson is saying is that Zulu Mazu, the higher you have Kedusha, right? The higher the stone is, the further it falls. The higher in Kedusha, in the Shorish and the Neshama is, if you decide to be Borera, the more the Rosh you will be. That's the Klal. Zulu Mazu. והדרך זה הוא מידה טובה ממרובה כי כאשר מתגבר ליצרו ועושה רוטן קונו הוא גדול למעלוסו וקדושוסו מאוד מאוד לאין חקר. Right, those who decide to be, these with the Goyis and the Neshamas decide to take a bocher, the Mokum Toiv, בדרך הטויב, they become the גדול לדור והוא יחיד הסגולה מצויונים וכל זה הוא פשוט ונודע למבינים ובזה הנה מובן דברי הרע בענייננו טוב. Basically, he leaves us a zoy, meaning that it's no steer b'chlal, that it's true you have Rasha, he's a Rosh Gomer, because he's chosen to be Rosh Gomer. He has the bechir to be Rosh Gomer. Mitzad Acher has nothing to do with his Shorish Neshama. His Shorish Neshama is Take Kodesh HaKodoshim. And you want to call it subconsciously, whatever, but in his pu'ulas, subconsciously he is doing dvorim noraim ad ma'od in the highest bechinas of the olams.
Could be. He could have done it in a positive way.
Yeah, in a contradictory way, with the right kavanas. He decided to do it with the wrong kavanas, but after became this is not megareya.
It makes a tickle through him.
Yeah, exactly.
It had to do with the Bnei Bamrish and Hon on the sort of pereck and all that sort of thing. They still had this. There was something rather there which someone took it to Torah.
Yeah.
About the Malka Yehuda, the Rashash ones. You see that they went to extremes.
Right.
Because they come from.
That's right. They had the goes to koiches and they used it for the koiches for the bad. Yeah, that's right. Interessant. Okay, let's go back. Now let's start again from the Akudim. כי הם אור זה יוצא מן הפה של האדם קדמון. אשר בהם הצרי גילו הוויית הכלי, like we said. ולהיות עשר אורס אלו פנימיים ומקיפים. You have to understand that this or is split into two cholakim, which we said many times, פנימיים ומקיפים. ומתחברים מקשרים יחד תור הכלי אחד. דהיינו, that even makifim, the chelik makifim, which is usually an exterior or, which is makif the keli, it's within the keli. That means that there's two types of makifim. There's a makif which is inside the keli, which is makif or panimi, and there's also a general makif around the actual keli. That's the deal, because it's a tocha keli. There's a makif in tocha keli.
So why is it called makif then?
It's makif because it's exterior to the panimistic wall. Yeah.
The keli alone, we're not talking about the keli itself.
No,
it's makif the keli b'fnim v'chutz.
Yeah.
So where does the kli come from?
The kli comes from a totzor of the batisha, as we saw last time. With batisha between the opening and the makif is dislodges the or gas shabo, and that forms the keli. Asher siba zu nika Akudim, Loshon Yaakov that Yitzchak Beno. It's awkward everything together. It's one big keli being ma'akid all these spheres. ורצולמה שיקשרו, שיקשור, וכמו שדיבר בעזרת השם, אבל באור זה יוסף העליונים של האוזניים והחותם לא נסברו בפסוק זה. Now only from the chotem downwards that we start speaking about, the Torah starts speaking to us. But from the chotem upwards, we have no posik about this. כיוון שהאדם לא נסגר בהם בחינס הרעיס קלי, ואחר כך למטה בעזרת הקהל, נסבר בחינס נקודים וברודים. Now this is a very important matter. We should tell on this for a little bit. That means to say that the posuk, the Torah is keli. Are you with me? The Torah is keli. The oisius are keli in the Sefer Torah. Okay? Without the O is coming out for the moshel. It was coming out from the chotem, and there's no asiyas kelim. We're all masking to that. Therefore, there's no psukim describing what's happening to those oils, because there's no kelim. Therefore, there can't be any oisius. Oisius hasn't been created yet. It's only when you come out from all the pig comes out, then the Torah can start describing. Because it has a tfisa on the zamizach, so therefore the oasis can form themselves and describe what's going on in this oils. Yeah? Right. V'hine.
Is there a reason why we say Akedas Yitzchak? Is Yitzchak connected with this at all?
Well, he was part of Shashel. You mean at this point in time? No. We're talking about
He's just bringing examples.
The Loshen Shabbat, yeah. V'hine. V'yischaber oros הפנימיים עם האורס מקיפים תוך הפה. לכן בצאצם יחד מחוץ לפה קשורים יחד. So again, we're talking about one big kelim of Akudim. Came out one big kelim and all SS spheres coming out. So they're all mamash mekusha echad l'sheni. And you asked me how the kelim form there. How's the kelim form? Hem makim umevatishim ze beze umeben hakol shlehem misyaled havayas abechinas akeli. Okay, that's the way, the formation, that's the process we spoke of many times. That's how you form a keli. Somebody asks you, how do you form a keli? Right? You tell them, not by blowing into a little pipe and making it grow, the glass grow. That's not the way you make a keli. The way a keli is, push, you take one chelik of the ore and the other chelik, and you bash them in together, and you say, lo and behold, that's how you make a keli. Okay? Again, that we said at the beginning of Shai Gulim that the way you make a keli is by through a tzimtzum. Right? The Ram said before, the only way to make a keli is der tzimtzum. All right. So what's going over here? Here we're saying the way to make a keli is batisha. Teretz is hanahach. Right? We spoke about this before. Leshem explains to us how to miyashiv all these sugyas that talk about asiyas keli, but he doesn't speak about tzimtzum. So he says that everything is tzimtzum. Because of the fact that the ore is going from the right side and it's coming from the left side, it's not going directly, that's a form of a tzimtzum. By it banging into itself and dislodging one chelik from the other chelik, that's pulling back the gvuls from the chesed. That is a form of memait the ore. Memait is also a lotion of tzimtzum. All that he fits into very nicely to fit into all the shmos together. That we're talking about tzimtzum is the way to make a keli. That's what's happening. This batisha. That's pshat and batisha here. Right. Now he's going to tell you the Rav, the Arizal often likes to bring out the remozim of the sug of all that we're speaking about. What are we speaking about? Which type of all? We're talking about the sag. What's the gematria of pe? Pe is 63. It's 63, right? No, it's 85. Sorry, 85. So how do you tell me that it's attacking the all of sag? Because 63 plus the 22 kelim which come out, which is the oisius, is 85. So let's see that. ולכן נקרא המוקום הזה פה, כי פה בגמטריה סג וכף בייס אוisius. והנה, בחינס oisius הם kelim kenolim. That's what I'm speaking to. The Sefer Torah, which has the oisius in them, those are the kelim. That's why the Psukim can now define and discuss to us and megala to us what is happening in the world of the peh, olam ha-peh. ולכן נרמז הפה שם סג ועוד כף בייס אוisius לרמוז על מה שנתחדש במוקם הזה עניין הבעייס כלים. Because what is big milo over the other two worlds of oizen and choitem? Because here we have a הבעייס כלים, שנסגר בכאן על ידי כף בייס אוisius. והנה, מן הפה הזה יוצאו 10 אוisius פנימיים, עוז פנימיים ועשרה מקיפים ונמשכו מכנגד פנים עד הטיבור של זה אדם. So let's follow the track here. It's coming up from the pits, going all the way down the body of back on the exterior part until the tibur.
Is it going in between the iris of the which came from the choitim?
The choitim?
The choitim's iris, you said, went to the chaza.
Went to the chaza, that's right. So this is being malbish that all.
Which one's being malbish? Which?
The Ora Oznaim came out and stopped until the Shpula Zokim. Okay? The other Or Choitim, which was malbish that all, and went down further to the chaza, to the chest. And now the Or Pei goes and is malbish these two oiros and goes down to the tibur. The Ika Or. The Ika Or. This is the Ika Or.
If we want to imagine it in like physical terms, it would be like cylinders which are inside.
That's right. It's always cylinders. Yeah, that's the motion. Yeah. אבל גם כן הוא מאיר דרך הצדדים בכל סיבות האדם על דרך הנזכר לאל באוז אוזן וחותם. Again, that's the Ika Or. Notice you have a Ha'or. That's the chiluk we made. The Rav speaks about Or, and he speaks about a lotion called Ha'ora. Ha'or is mispashid all around the guf of the Ak, and the Ika Or just goes mitzumtzum derech yasha. V'hine Ha'ozen. Oh, I think we've gone over time. So, do you want to see if we try to finish or a few more lines?
3:30.
Oh, it's happening. Okay, good.
A few minutes.
Right. Okay. Like that. והנה, מן הפה הזה, so we just read that now. והנה, באוזן וחותם לא היו רק שתי בחינות של אור. הם פנימיים, הם מקיפים. אבל כאן בפה נכפלו הבחינה, שהם שתיים, שהם 4. Again, what's coming out is very simple. On the right hand side, you have the Or Makifim. And all 3 bechinas, right? The Ozen, Chotem, and Peh. On the left hand side, coming out is always from the Chotem, from the Ozen, Chotem, Peh is the Or Penimi. 2 bechinas, very simple to remember. Now from the Peh is going to come out 4 bechinas. We're going to split the all into two bechinas, the all makiv, and we're going to split the kelim, the all and kelim, into two bechinas each. Let's see that inside. אבל כאן בפה נכבו לבחינס שהיו שתיים שהם ארבע. והנה הם בחינס האורס, אורות וכלים. האורות נכפלו בסוד פנימי ומקיף, אבל כלים בסוד פנימי וחיצון. Is that clear? Two categories. Or, right? And the all bangs into each other, makes a keli, and therefore we have a new bechira called keli, and even the keli will be split up into two. So all split into or penimi or maki, and then the keli chelik was split into penimius keli and the chitzonius chelik of the keli.
And the keli itself.
The
And
keli itself.
And the pneumium makif is around in and outside the keli.
That's right. Exactly. Good deal.
You said before that makif has also got. It's a makif must also there's hakafas inside and outside.
That's right. Even in or makif, even the or penimi will have its private or makif, which we're not speaking about that right now. We're talking about the general or makif, which is around the keli, like you said originally, and the or penimi, which goes in the keli. And in the keli itself, you have a thickness to the keli. You see the penimistic chelik of the keli, and then you have a chitzonistic chelik of the keli. And they work in conjunction. We'll see. Well, the all makiv is going to mezachich the exterior part, and the all penimi is going to mezachich the internal part. And that's the way it always works in everything. It works in people that way. It works in all development.
Can I ask a general question?
Yeah.
But we find that usually kelim or meshamash other things. We don't find things on meshamash kelim. Kelim are tools to be used for other things.
Yeah.
Here it seems that the oros are just there to help create the kelim.
No. It's there to hold the keli, to hold the all.
There to hold the arm.
Yeah.
So it gets created first, and then it can be used for.
Yeah, without a bias, it's a machlek. It's been Tzalil and then Moshe Rabbeinu. We've been kelim first, Mishkan. Yeah. So this is the first we build the keli, and then once we have the keli, then the all can be chal into the keli. Right. Ve'elu abba bechinas.
Also that you call it thickness, but when we're talking about in hishtamshus of a keli, however thin it is, but it can keep klippus ashun. But the ma'ase it's got hishtamshus klape achutz and hishtamshus klape apnim. That part is what the Tinikudas.
No, we're not. No.
A keli, the walls of this house that protect us from the outside and it keeps us warm inside.
This we're not talking about that.
We're not talking about that?
No. We're talking about the actual thickness of the keli. We're talking about the shtamsh, what you can do with it from inside or outside. Like I said, we'll see that the all actually seeps, the all makif seeps into the exterior part of the keli, and mizachich, and it's there in order to cleanse the keli from the outside in, and the all panimi seeps through the keli, through the thickness of the keli, in order to mizachich that chelik. Yeah. But you're right, there's another bechin, like you said, ishtamshus.
That's later on, though. After you've got the kli as a proper kli, then it can start being useful for holding ur and stuff like that.
Yeah, can. That's right.
So there's different stages.
Yes, correct, yeah. Okay, very good. Now let's go back. Ve'elu arba bechinas, hein bechinas giloi oisem arba alofim aniskarim le'el shayu b'choitem. Well, let's just remember what we did last week, is that there are 4 aleph. 2 aleph are spelled with the vav, and the yud, that's bechinas chasadim. And the other way to spell an aleph is with the vav, a yud on top, and a dalet at the bottom. That's beged the gvuras. Right? We knew how it came out. Let's just summarize. So to make the aleph with the 2 yuds, it came out from the right oizen, left oizen, and the choitem. And the way you spelled it with the vav yud dalet came out from the oizen yamin, and they came out from the vav dalet from the choitem. That was bekitzer. Let's continue. Okay, ve'elu abba bechinas hein bechinas gilo oisem abba alafim niskam le'elu shehayu bechoitem. Ki al avo v'nimshach derech pinimius adam hazeh v'yotze derech hapeh shel adam. והנה, שתי אלופים ציורם י' ו' ד' Hem pinimim umakifim. Okay? So the aleph which we drew, aleph, yud, yu, those are describing the two levels of all, the pinimistic all and the makifitic all. So every time you see yud, an aleph spelled that way, you know it's referring to an all dika aleph. ושתי אלופים שצוירו יובב ד' הם שתי בחינות הכלים פנימיים, פנימי וחיצה. When you see a vav aleph, an aleph spelled with a vav yud daled, you know that's speaking about keli, the חיצוניסtic chelik and the pnimistic chelik. ואלו ארבע בחינות הם עצמו בחינות שתי אוזניים בשתי נקבי החותם שנסגלו בכאן בפה. As we know, the way the alephs were built, because with the tzur of those naim and the chotan, as we just explained.
You mean like the right one and the left one?
It was a tzur of the right and left.
And then the right and left.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. The tzur for all four holes. Now.
And you're saying that's split into Ur, Panimi and Makif? How they get split up in there?
We'll see. Let's read on. He'll explain himself. He's quite specific here. Kimina ozen nimshacha o. From the right ear comes out the o chelik. V'yotze der pe besod o makif. Again, we're only referring now to the o coming out exclusively from the pe. Even though we speak about a lot, but the oizen and the choitem, we're not talking about that o. We're talking about the pnimistic chelik of the o, which is traveling inside of ak. The oizen which is coming out from the pe. Again, the yitzia is always from the pe. So from the pe again, kimina oizen yamin nimshach o. So we're talking about oizen, we're talking pe. V'yotze derech pe. It's coming dafka derech pe. Besod o makif. Okay. V'choitem yamin nimshach o v'yotze derech pe. Again, from the or choitim also, it's coming from the right side of the choitim, also coming out from the pe. I'll show you a diagram in a minute. Now, or penimi, that's coming in the or penimi. Sorry, let's do that again. Kimina ozen yaminim shacha or v'yotza derech pe v'sod or makif. Or me choitim yamin nimshacha or yotza derech pe. This is which is the or penimi. Okay. Now, umina ozen small nimshach v'nase b'chinas chitzonis ekeli b'chutz lepe, or v'chotem small nimshach v'nase pnimius hakeli. Okay, so again, from the right hand side, you're building up always the more ruchnistic chelik, which is all. You split into o pnimi or makiv. That's coming out again from the right ear and the right nose, which is coming out derech pit. And then when you come out from the left-hand side, you're explaining the or, which is going to create the kelim shabo, the chitzoniyatik chelik and the pnimistik chelik. Let's continue.
That's despite the fact that when we were speaking about the oris which came from the ozen, for example, the right was the makif, the left was the panimi. Here we're changing it. We're saying the oris, bein makif, bein panimi, come from the right side, and the kelim come from the left side.
We'll see. We'll see. This is part of we'll see the huge steer of what we're learning here. Shaar Tanta, the Mefarshim, Yafashon. Many Mefarshim will ask this question exactly how the beginning started. But the answer is, quite simply is that with you working with the sort of erechim, we don't mind. Again, we don't mind changing. That we made it once. It's true. I admit chatati. I called it an omakiv. Now I'm going to call it a panimi. Right? Put me in jail. What are you going to do? Again, because it's always vis-a-vis a lower madrega. So when you look at the lower madrega, that's going to be, it's going to change its name. But let's continue. We'll get a clearer picture. I want to show you, Mr. Hashem, a very clear picture of what's going on here. Now, ve'elu arba b'chinas, we're not finished here with the details. Ve'elu arba b'chinas nichnesu b'peh, ki hine b'peh yesh b'chinas hevel, or b'chinas dibo. Okay? We're not overwhelmed here at all because we know these are just different words for the exact same thing. V'ine hevel hu b'chinas or. Oh, Hashem, so the Arizal is putting it, helping us out here. Hevel is begeder or. V'dibo hu b'chinas keli. Right? We have to put in all this into the equation here. I'll do that in a minute. Let's just finish off the lashon here. V'hine yesh bepeh, again always in the peh. Hevel v'dibur elyonim belechim ha'elyon. That means on the. Well, we're going to split now the peh into 4 quadrants. The top right part, the bottom to that, and then the top left part and the bottom left part. Okay, so the top right part of the peh will, as he says, v'hine yesh bepeh hevel v'dibur elyonim belechem ha'elyon. So in that top part, you'll find hevel v'dibur in the top lechi. V'hevel v'dibur atachtonim beleche tachton, on the right lower quadrant. Right? V'nimsa ki hevel elyon hu or makif, the right top box, let's call them 4 boxes. Top right box, and then you have the bottom right box. The top left box, and the bottom left box. So the 2 boxes on the right hand side, which are the 2 quadrants on the right hand side of the mouth, refer back to the or makif and the or penimi. And then he continues, and they're called hevel v'dibur. So let's read that again. V'hine yesh bepeh hevel v'dibur elyonim beleche elyon, v'hevel v'dibur tachtonim beleche tachton.
You missed something out in my one. It's getting confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
don't have that. No, V'nimsa ki hevel elyon hu or makif, v'tachton hu or penimi. Okay, so the right, let's call them numbers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So top right box is 1, which is the or makif, and top and bottom right box is penimi. V'dibur elyon keli chitzon, v'atachton hu keli penimi. Va'orot shehem havolim hem biyamin hapeh v'diburim shehem kelim hem b'smol peh. Okay, so this is what it comes out to be. Let me see. I hope I brought the picture with me here. If not, I'll have to tell you about peh. Right. Okay. So here is the picture. If you can see it, can you see it over here? Okay, that's a summary of what we're speaking about over here. Okay. Let me see if I can get it. Okay. So that is exactly what we just read right now. So let's talk about that. So on the top right box we have what's called the right column. We're going to call all. In the left column we call keli. Right? Is that clear? Right column is all. Left column. Okay. Well, depends which way you're looking at it, right? So this column is called all, and this column is called keli. You have the right top cheek, left top cheek, and then you have the left right.
The first one's wrong.
Okay, my right. I'm talking about or the left. Okay, in this column we call it right. So you have the right and left. You have the top and bottom of the right. You want to call it, okay, and then you have the top and the left of the lech as well. So those are the 4 quadrants of the mouth. You're calling this left, right? So the left, you're calling this the right or left? Yeah.
That's the right.
Okay,
right, yeah.
Right. So the right hand side is all, the left hand side is keli. The right top box is called or makif, and this is all penimi. And this is the keli chitzon, and this is the keli penimi. This sums up the world of Akudim. This is what it works out. So in the mouth of peh, if you would see it, the or is coming out from the pereck in this tzur. The or on this side, and then you have the keli on that side. Okay, so that is the formation of the. Like I said, we're going to see there's a bit of a stira here, and the Arizal himself is going to ask exactly how is the bechinas changing from what we saw last week, and we'll get clear in this picture once we understand all the kashas of the Arizal.
Is that why the top one's kochman and the one's bina? Because the top one comes from the oizen, which is is it? I'm not sure anymore. Is it Av? And the lower one is Sag, which has been.
That's right. The top is Chochma. That's why the Ozem is coming out from the top two boxes, the top two high quadrants of the mouth, and the lower bottom ones is called Bina because it's coming out from the Choitem.
And each half, the top half and the bottom half, have got their own sounds which come out because the tziruf of Hevel and Dibble on the top, and you've got tziruf of Hevel and Dibble on the bottom as well.
That's right. That's more than Sefer Yetzirah speaks about the 5 Matzos Peh. Let's speak about it over there.
Yeah, in my one it says Gichak is on the top and Aha is on the bottom.
Yeah, the Arizal doesn't go into that over here. Not my English anyways.
Not
Okay, any questions? Is it clear?
It brings Shama Mori Rashbi.
Okay, Shama Mori Rashbi.
It brings it in the Akudim, it's kind of the different guesses. So, yeah.
Anything not clear? Is anything clear?
What does Hevel and Dibble mean?
Hevel is a higher bechina of Dibble.
When you speak, you got to breathe, and then you formulate it. That's how speaking works?
That's the koach gives you to formulate words. First, you have to this breath, okay, and then it comes out. That's the more gashmi chelik. So the Hevel is keneged all. More huchni dika dibur, and then when you come out and actually and formulating the letters which are the kelim, that is the dibur or kelim. They're synonymous, one for the other. Yeah. Okay, so we'll stop it here. Okay.